Congratulations, Mr. President.
Just beginning, Bob.
She looks pretty.
A good time, George.
Great night, Mr. President. What a night.
Senator Dirksen, the president would be delighted if you join him in the Oval Office after the ball.
I will.
One thing I can say about the Great Society, it sure is crowded.
Up all night writing this one, Dick?
This is one speech I'll gladly disavow.
Got a clip in here. Quotes my honorable defeated opponent, Senator Gold. Calls my Secretary of Defense an IBM machine with lead. Outrageous! Now, I stand here tonight to tell you that I regard Bob McNamara here as not only one of the smartest, but one of the most humane men I know. And that goes for all my blue ribbon men you see here tonight. Yeah. Never in our history has there been such an abundance of brains and talent. Why, I got 3 or 4 Rhodes Scholars, 4 or 5 graduates of Harvard, a couple from Yale, and why, there's even one here tonight from Southwest Texas State Teachers College. And don't you know, that one rules the roost.
Watch Broken Jack.
Time in it.
I mean, what?
The applause. He'll ask.
endless poverty. In a land rich in harvest, children just must not go hungry. In a land of healing miracles, neighbors must not suffer and die untended. In a great land of learning and scholars, young people must be taught to read.
Bit more volume,
and
please,
write.
Mr. President. I want to hear every brilliant word that Dick Goodwin wrote for your marvelous speech.
Goodwin? Who told you Goodwin wrote
More
that
than
speech?
30
A dozen
years.
people work in my speeches.
I've served.
Nobody more than I do. Why, Jack here's been writing some of my best stuff for 7 years.
My penance for marrying away his last secretary, but thank you for the credit, Mr. President.
Good night, Jack.
Good night, Mr. President.
30 years or
Good
more,
night, Senator.
Good night, Jack.
with the resources I have had, I have vigilantly fought against it. I have learned
Yeah, Goodwin wrote maybe a word or two.
it will not surrender.
Great being one, society the other.
Smart son of a bitch got that out of a book.
Before this generation
Now
of
listen to me,
Americans
Ev.
finish,
And listen well, you're a good friend. I don't want to see you retire prematurely. But as this reception plainly shows you, the American people ain't gonna stand for you fellas on the other side of the aisle dragging your feet in any of my programs. Now, FDR passed a handful of bills in his first 100 days. I'm gonna pass a bucketful. Poverty, education, health care. And I'm gonna finish what I started on civil rights, too. I'm telling you, Jim Crow put a collar on more smart men, sure as they were seeing us through an Illinois chain gang.
Oh, I take offense, sir. We are most humane to our condemned.
The great society is my beautiful woman, Ev, and I'm taking her by the arm. And as the greatest Republican leader of this century, Everett Dirksen's going to take her by the other and help me escort that lady home.
Yes, and knowing what is likely thence to ensue, Mr. President, that is where I shall take my leave.
Lenny, I apologize for interrupting. I thought perhaps you'd like some sandwiches from the kitchen.
Mrs. Johnson, my most abject apology. I have kept your husband far too long on this most festive occasion.
No.
Mr. President, heartfelt congratulations, sir.
That it.
Good night.
Good night.
we feel now, and you will have forgotten in abundance what we learned in hardship. Democracy rests on faith. Freedom has more than gifts. The judgment of God is hard.
It was a wonderful speech, full of such hope and promise. Dick Goodwin asked what I thought, and I told him it was a magnificent job. And you delivered it so very well.
I got it.
Yes, you did.
What we own.
9 p.m. unless you hear from me.
Morning, how are you?
That for me? Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Secretary.
What have we got here? A crisis in every capital?
Just one.
This is one cable?
Not quite. Here's the rest of it.
The situation in Vietnam is continuing to deteriorate. We've been able to keep the noise level down since your campaign, but my guess is you'll be faced with a tough decision soon.
How soon? Our 19 million older folks can't see a doctor. 33 million under the poverty line. I can't have Congress distracted. Now, how soon, Bob?
Very soon, Mr. President. I hate to have to report this to you, but Max Taylor says here that Viet Cong enlistment is increasing rapidly, and that Saigon can't continue much longer to provide security for our advisors down there and fight an insurgency at the same time.
Why not? How many men does South Vietnam have out there fighting?
200,000, VC have about 34,000.
Well, how the hell can 34,000 lick 200,000?
Well, historically, a 10-to-1 ratio minimum is required for a guerrilla situation, and there's no way that South Vietnam could achieve that on their own. Now, we've kept our powder dry through the elections and the holidays, waiting for some stability in the South, waiting for the cycle of coups to end, during which we've had 5 killed in the attack at Benoit,
2 at our Saigon officers' quarters, and scores wounded with no retaliation from us whatsoever. Now, Wheeler, the other chiefs, Westmoreland, are fit to be tied, as you know. And now this from Ambassador Taylor. You might send Mac Bundy to Saigon to have a talk with him. I'd make another trip myself, but I'm in the middle of the defense budget right now.
I don't want to see the word Vietnam in that damn budget.
Well, you know I'd do that if I could. In fact, it's becoming increasingly difficult to conceal.
Bob, all I want to know is this. What's it going to take to get Ho Chi Minh to quit? That's all I want to know.
Mr. President, it's clear to me now that the answer is sustained military action in the air. And if that doesn't work, on the ground. This is the decision you are going to have to face, Mr. President. And as I said, very soon, I'm afraid.
Keep me up to date, Bob. Turn that thing off.
Yes, sir.
This Medicare speech is shit. Cut out the gobbledygook and sex it up.
Maybe Goodwin ought to take a crack at it.
Goodwin's got 3 months of assignments.
Oh, I just put the last of those on your desk, Mr. President. I'd be glad to look it over if you'd like me to.
All right. Put the music to it, Dick. Jack, I want you to tell him to stop taking credit for every goddamn word I say.
Absolutely, Mr. President.
All right. Come on, now. Up you come. Schedule me your haircut.
Surely.
And see if you can get Clark Clifford here for dinner.
Converting from Protestant to Catholic is a big step. Actually, Lenin took it better than I did. I was quite surprised.
Well, both you and Daddy changed your religions.
From one Protestant denomination to another. It was a matter of convenience and schooling.
Well, I don't think religion should be a matter of convenience.
And this is a private matter, Lucy.
You're finishing up at Texas, aren't you, Linda?
Next year, ma'am. She's dating George Hamilton, you know.
The actor?
Yeah.
With a tag?
And your sister may consider that private matter, too.
Oh, Mother, you must be joking.
Come on now, damn it. What's the reason this time?
I don't have the qualifications to be CIA director.
I decide the qualifications. You had all the qualifications to be Attorney General, didn't you? To succeed Bobby Kennedy? Yeah. Now here I am stuck with a friend of his, Katzenbach.
He's excellent.
Well, all right, you told me your interest was foreign affairs. Well, that's where I need your help, foreign affairs. What is CIA but foreign affairs?
I think my skills would better serve you in foreign policy, Mr. President, not foreign intrigue.
I hear you billed $1 million last year. First lawyer in the country to do that. True?
Well, that's what 5% came to.
Well, hell then, before you can afford to take a hiatus from all this money making. Come serve your president.
I don't think you need an attorney, old friend. I think you need a magician.
Magician?
Yeah. Someone who can make a small corner of Southeast Asia disappear.
President Kennedy did not lose South Vietnam, and I'm not going to lose South Vietnam. I kept all these people on. He assured me he was determined to stick it out. Now, that little son of a bitch, Bobby's just hovering to swoop down and reclaim the mantle if I fail. He'll hang me from my left bowl. Goldwater hang me from my right.
That is complete nonsense. You humiliated Goldwater in the election. The entire right wing is in disarray. Bobby is a freshman senator with no record.
His brother was a no-record senator, too, wasn't he? He came out of nowhere.
Daddy, would you like some dessert, or are you on your diet?
Now, you save some for me, honey, if it's good.
How about you, Mr. Clifford? You
No,
like some
thank
dessert?
you. He's not getting anything. Now, Jack Kennedy put 16,000 advisors in there. I put in another 8. We've got 24,000 now. Teaching them people how to shoot and fly planes. We got patrols and covert operations. We got an alphabet soup of 8 programs, a lot of which I'd like to have right here. And none of it's working. Because all this coup shit is like building bricks with no mortar down there. There's nothing real to have. Now, Ho Chi Minh knows this. And he's going to keep his people tacking until there's nothing left. Now, we call it quits and continue as we are. South Vietnam, maybe the whole of Southeast Asia goes communist. Yep. Now, even George Bull admits that. Everybody else thinks we ought to up the ante.
Bombing.
Look at this.
bunch of sheds just outside Hanoi, and they call that a military target. There's a school right up the street. Poles built it for them. Hell, Clark, I could build him 1,000 damn schools. I'd like you to start to follow the situation down there. Read some of these reports they keep throwing at me. I just don't know what to believe anymore. Biggest damn mess. And being on the outside, you could take a fresh look.
Do everything I can to help.
Yeah, except come work for me. Yeah. Hey, what about the Supreme Court? What if a seat opens up?
I'm an advocate. I'm not a judge.
Hell, Clark, you're a hick lawyer from Missouri.
Well, I may be a hick lawyer from Missouri, but as you yourself pointed out, I haven't made Missouri wages for a long, long time.
You know, I ran saying I was for peace. Now, sure as hell, they're telling me I gotta do what I said I wasn't gonna do. What Goldwater was gonna do.
Lucy's converting to Catholicism. Big decision for a young girl.
He told me. He said when the press gets hold of it, they make it sound as if she did it as a tribute to the Kennedys.
Oh.
I swear, I think he was only half joking.
Clark?
Hello? I'm sorry. He's asleep. He's just gotten over pneumonia. I'd rather not wake him. I know. Is it possible?
Mark?
Sorry, Bob. Must be pretty damn bad to keep you at home.
Let's just call it the Hanoi flu. What the hell's going on here?
General?
2 Corps headquarters at Play Coup. Viet Cong cut through the wire. Blew up our advisors' barracks, planes, choppers on the runway, and Camp Holloway.
Casualty report.
More the same. Advisors' compound next door. BC got in with mortars and grenade launchers.
There are 8 dead, 120 plus wounded, 6 choppers, 1 transport destroyed, other aircraft severely damaged.
Mr. Secretary, the National Security Advisor's in Saigon, is he not? Didn't the CIA say Hanoi would connect Bundy's visit with the decision on bombing?
Viet Cong agents and Saigon government probably leaked it out.
And knowing this, look what they did, Bob. They blew up 128 people just to thumb their noses at us. Now, what the hell are we going to do about it?
Number 33, the North Vietnamese barracks at Dong Hoi, just over the border in North Vietnam. About 6,000 troops based there. An isolated facility with minimal civilian support.
What are expected casualties?
3,600 troops, roughly 40 civilians.
How'd you come up with these numbers?
Sir, we take the approach, look at the blast pattern, size of the blast, demographics.
Mr. President, it's as sophisticated an analysis as I've seen, unprecedented in aerial warfare.
But Ho Chi Minh's not going to turn tail overnight. Saigon's going to take a shellacking for anything we do. And if they go in now, it'll be like sending in a widow woman to slapjack Dempsey.
Sir, we doubt Hanoi will slap back.
Didn't MacArthur say the same thing when me and Chinese poured into Korea? What does State think of this?
The risk of inaction means more aggression. Ambassador Taylor concurs. He's meeting with Saigon's leaders now. Should be calling the Situation Room momentarily. They'll put him through to me.
Mr. President, if I might, I was in charge of bombing surveys during World War II, and bombing never wins a war. Rather than erode the enemy's will, it strengthens it. We've seen this time and time again in the Blitz, Berlin.
The Blitz in Berlin never would have happened if we didn't lay down to Hitler at Munich. And if we lay down now, it'll be the same thing again. An open invitation to more of their aggression.
Mr. President, what we're proposing with Rolling Thunder is a strictly limited program of sustained retaliation, moving northward only if Viet Cong activity persists.
But it will persist, Bob. We'll be bombing their cities before we know it. Now, do we expect Russia to sit still for that? Or China?
Comparisons with Korea 15 years ago are flimsy at best, Mr. President.
You are absolutely right. China has atomic weapons now. They tested their first bomb 4 months ago. It was no dud. We have no idea what will set them off.
I don't understand. Why is this?
North Vietnam has secret treaties with the Chi-Coms, Mr. President. We don't know what the flashpoints are in their intervention.
We can take China out in 17 minutes. They'd be crazy to take us on.
I agree, Bus, but why assume they're as rational as we are?
Mr. President, 400 Americans have died in Vietnam, and now 8 more in these atrocities. There has to be a response to this aggression.
Mr. President, the Air Force will be launching strikes from the Da Nang airfield. And that base will become a more attractive target to the Viet Cong. General Westmoreland is requesting a Hawk missile battalion.
Is he asking for troops?
No, no troops. Saigon will be responsible for base defense, but if the Viet Cong activity intensifies, despite these measures, they may need some help.
But it will intensify, Bob. This is precisely my point, Mr. President.
Yes?
Mr. Secretary, Saigon, Ambassador Taylor.
Put him through. Max, we're all here with the president. Go ahead.
Mr. President, gentlemen, Saigon has agreed to the commencement of airstrikes. They say their army is ready for any counterattack from the north.
All right, Max. Thank you. George, your concerns are mine as well, as you know. But we're nowhere near the point you suggest. And many here agree there's a good chance that Ho Chi Minh will quit if we start making him pay. Now, is there anyone here who does not agree with this?
I'm concerned about the press. They're going to view this as a change in policy.
There is no change in policy.
But we haven't struck back since the Tonkin Gulf affair 6 months ago.
That's right. That's when I asked Congress for the power. They gave me the power, and now I'm using it. But we're taking it slow. I'm not going to Hanoi. And I'm signing off on every target. You're not going to bomb the smallest outhouse without checking with me. You understand, General?
We understand, Mr. President.
All right, Bob. You better get going. Yeah. Anything else?
From Robert S. McNamara to Admiral U.S. Grant Sharp, Commander, Pacific Forces, Honolulu. This is an execution order. During daylight hours, 7 February 1965, Saigon time, conduct the following coordinated attack. Number 33, Dong Hoi Barracks.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Planes back?
Carriers weren't on station when the order went out, sir. The operation's been delayed.
Delayed?
About 90 minutes, sir. We should have word shortly.
Stand easy.
Well, what happened?
It's monsoon season there, sir.
What, are they going or aren't they going? You find out what the hell's going on, you call me. Get the White House operator and put you through.
You want me to wake you, sir?
You won't wake me.
Why are you up?
Word for you.
Those planes should have been back hours ago. What's that?
It's a letter from a friend complaining about junkyards. She says here, they're all up and down the highway now, through Dallas to San Antonio, Houston. to
Right
Austin.
on the highway or away where people can't see?
No, right along the road, defiling the countryside through Waxahachie and Hillborough and lovely San Marcos, where you went to school. Oh, love, don't, love.
Yes, Mr. President.
What are you doing about junkyards on highways?
What?
Junkyards! Well, I'm sending something over to your office right now. You jump in your car and your jammies, you might even beat it. Yes?
I spoke with Honolulu. They're cabling now. The planes are back. The primary was hit.
All the planes, they'll get back?
No, sir, I'm afraid we did lose one plane.
What about the pilot?
Well, he went down at sea. Search and rescue is looking for him now, but I'm afraid it's not looking very good. I'm sorry, sir.
All right, thank you, Bob.
Good night, Mr. President.
Yes, Mr. President?
Put this on Moyer's desk.
Yes, sir.
We lost a pilot.
Sweetheart. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, I'm so sorry.
This isn't about junkyards, is it?
Shit, what time is it? I told Sandra I'd be home before 1. She didn't call. That's not a good sign. Why are you? You coming or going?
He wants company. We started bombing North Vietnam tonight.
Christ. Are they talking about combat troops?
No. Not yet. No. Christ, I don't know what to tell the press. We are backing into a war here, for Christ's sake. And it's a war he campaigned against. But now, he talks like he's putting a paddle to Ho Chi Minh's behind.
Well, Johnson's a deal maker. He's the best politician this country's ever seen. He'll find a way out of this.
Sure. He'll just get old Uncle Ho down to the ranch, serve him up some tasty barbecue, and then offer him a dam.
Or a federal judgeship.
Hello, Mr. President.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Congratulations on getting that education bill out of committee.
Yeah, well, it hasn't passed yet, has it? I want all of you up there on the hill day and night. Get me those yays. What is this? Tapioca pudding?
Yes, sir. Did you like it?
Now, voting rights. That's the meat in the coconut. Where do we stand?
At last tally, we are short 50 congressmen, but the Senate...
Stop with the house. Give me the names.
You want me to read the roll, Mr. President, all 435?
From Abbott, Virginia, to Zablocki, Wisconsin. Go.
Abbott, Virginia, nay. Abernathy, Mississippi, nay.
Where do you think you're going?
Home.
The hell you are. You're going to relieve him when he gives out.
Adair, Indiana, nay. Adams, Washington, yay. Idabo, New York, yay. Albert, Oklahoma, yay.
Boys, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get voting rights through. Not this session.
Well, I must say I don't understand, Mr. President. Only a month ago, in your State of the Union message, you made it perfect.
Reverend King, I've been to the well, and the well has provided. I got the votes on Medicare, aid to education. All these benefit the poor and disenfranchised. And you know who that is?
Please don't misunderstand. We are very grateful, Mr. President.
The Attorney General Katzenbach here has written a beautiful piece of legislation. You think I want to carry that around my ass pocket? You see, it's this problem I got in Southeast Asia. The Vietnamese. Them Southerners up on the hill, what are they but another bunch of colored people? And I go up there crawling for more aid. That's a must for Vietnam. Mr. President, old Wilbur Mills will say, you're going to have to raise taxes, declare war, call up the reserves. And by the way, that's going to cost you your war on poverty, your voting rights for Negroes. Just like World War II killed the New Deal, well, there ain't going to be World War III, I promise you. I'm going to nip this in the bud, I am. And as soon as I do, I'll send that bill up and more, I promise you. There will be no delay.
Well, Mr. President, we're going to be down in Selma, marching for the vote, and we expect you'll take notice to what we do down there.
During preparations for Martin Luther King's second attempt to march to Montgomery, 4 white men beat to death a Boston clergyman, one of the 1,500 marchers. The slain Reverend, James Reeb, had come to Selma in solidarity with Negroes attempting to register to vote. Amid growing concern about increasing racial violence in Alabama, Governor George Wallace is reportedly preparing a trip to Washington, D.C. to see the president. Meanwhile, demonstrations continue in front of the White House.
Call him off!
Well, we didn't organize them, Mr. President.
Call him off! Get out there, both of you! Call him off!
Daddy?
Why you up? Those goddamn agitators wake you?
Oh, I heard you yelling.
Oh, sorry, honey.
Tell you how it can't be done. It's still strange to us, though, how millions of dollars can be spent every day to hold troops in South Vietnam, and our country cannot protect the rights of Negroes in Selma and Marion, Alabama.
It's outrageous!
So we have
Now, everything's got to be now. Well, they want the whole goddamn world with a fence around it.
I just gave standby authorization to federalize the Alabama Guard. We just need your order.
We have to do it, Mr. President. Wallace won't protect those marchers.
You want me to send troops into Alabama, lose Stennis, Dirksen, Russell, every conservative vote I got hanging on a thread of spittle? Be Reconstruction all over again. Your friend Bobby Kennedy could have given me that advice.
Martin Luther King and his group of pro-communists have instigated these demonstrations by lawless Negro mobs in Birmingham. But the law-abiding citizens of both races, they are fed up with this rioting and disruption, led by so-called clergymen and their communist-inspired followers. I am therefore sending 250 state troopers into that city, supported by 500 other law officers of this state. I will meet our enemies face to face. I will not surrender.
Mr. President, Wallace is only coming up here in order to placate you. He wants things to get so bad down there that you have to put the troops in.
Then he'll lambaste you for invading his sovereign state, and that's how he'll save himself.
Goddamn runty little bastard! I want his pecker in my pocket.
The thing we have to do, we have to get him to ask for the troops. To say he wants rights, he wants peace, but he just can't control his own people. Make it his failure. That's what we have to do.
In an interview today, Governor Wallace denied that Alabama state troopers and sheriff's deputies used unnecessary force in routing Negro marchers in Selma.
Call the speaker. Tell him I want to address Congress. On television. That goddamn bill's going up now.
One more, Governor Wallace. A little closer. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Sit down, Governor. Over here. That's it. Over there. Oh, right in the corner. Corner, Governor. That's it. Hey, Governor. You wanted to see me?
Yes, Mr. President, I want to thank you for agreeing to see me.
Goddamn demonstrators. Keeping Ladybird up, disturbing my daughter's wrist. Turn that thing off.
Subversives, most of them. Communist Party's behind the whole thing.
You know what I do? I send some of them Secret Service boys out there with itching powder. Sprinkling on the back of some of their necks. They drop them signs they're carrying, scratch themselves raw.
That's a great idea. I'm gonna give my people on that.
Better than that, Governor. We ought to go out there. We got all those television cameras. You see this television cameras I got out there?
Yes, sir.
Well, why don't we go out there and we'll turn them cameras around and we'll announce that you decided to register every Negro in Alabama.
Mr. President, as much as I...
Nick, give me one of them Constitutions.
Yes, sir.
Nick's got the Constitutions. Hey, thank you, Nick. Now, Governor, I'm sure that somewhere in here it says that Negroes have the right to vote.
Yes, Mr. President, and they have the right to vote in Alabama, but it's the county registrars. They under Alabama law, they're independent, and I don't have the power.
George, now don't you shit me about who's got the power in Alabama.
Mr. President.
Now, come on, Governor. You're a persuasive man. Hell, I was watching this morning on all three networks. You were attacking me.
I wasn't attacking you, Mr. President. I was attacking the idea.
Idea, hell, you were attacking me, George, and I tell you, you're so damn persuasive, I nearly changed my mind. You have marvelous powers of persuasion, don't you, Governor? Governor Wallace, you and I shouldn't be sitting there thinking about 1965. We ought to be thinking about 1995, when you and I belong in our graves. Now, you got a lot of poor people down there in Alabama, a lot of ignorant people, people who need jobs, people who need a future. You can do a lot for them. In 1995, Governor, what do you want left behind? You want a great big marble monument saying George Wallace, he built, he protected the weak, the poor, the impoverished people of his great state? Or do you want a little piece of scrawny pine laying there in a harsh caliche soil saying George Wallace,
he hated. I'm sorry, Governor. I interrupted you. You wanted to tell me something?
Mr. President, I've had the opportunity to reevaluate. And I think that I just may not be able to get things under control without some assistance.
Governor, I'll give you any assistance that's mine to provide. Now, what specific measures would you suggest?
The President and I have spoken, and I have assured him that I abhor brutality. And in my eternal commitment to law and order, I will do whatever it takes to maintain the peace.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
I speak tonight for the dignity of man and the destiny of democracy. There is no Negro problem. There is no Southern problem. There is no Northern problem. There is only an American problem. There is no cause for pride in what has happened in Selma. The cries of pain and the hymns and protests of oppressed people have summoned into convocation all the majesty of this great government. Our mission is at once the oldest and most basic of this country: to right wrong, to do justice, to serve man. This Wednesday, I will send to you a law which will eliminate illegal barriers to the most basic American right, the right to vote. Many of the issues of civil rights are very complex and most difficult. About this, there can and should be no argument. For outside this chamber is the outraged conscience of a nation and the harsh judgment of history. The cause of the American Negro to secure for himself the full blessings of American life must be our cause. Because really, it is all of us who must overcome the crippling legacy of bigotry and injustice. And we shall overcome.
Yes, 93 million on TV. It's a record.
Congratulations, Dick. Thanks.
Hey, Dick. Oh, come on, Dick.
Switchboard is jammed. Haven't had this many calls since the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh, good to know they don't only call to complain.
Hey, Dick, sit down. That was old Dick Russell. Says I'm a low-down cur and a turncoat. But he wants me to know that it's the best speech he ever saw any president give. And that goes back to Lincoln.
Mr. President, Dr. King.
Reverend King. That's kind of you to call. Did you know I was on TV tonight? You saw it, yeah. All right, Jeremy. Yeah. Bye.
You got Arthur Krim on line three, sir.
No, I can't. No, sorry. No. You know, boys, I'm reminded tonight of Texas hill country in spring.
Oh, Lennon, your guests are far too weird. Appreciate your poetry.
Now, let me tell you boys about the hill country in spring.
Good night.
You see,
Good night, all.
Good night, Mr. Johnson.
Good night. Lucy.
Spring.
Lucy, come with me. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Mrs. Johnson.
Good night.
In spring, in the hill country, the sun is up earlier, and the ground gets warmer. And you can see the steam rising, the sap dripping. And in his pen, there's my prize bull. Now, he is the biggest, best hung bull in the hill. Well, in the spring, that bull gets a hankering for them cows, and he starts pawing the ground and getting restless. So I open up the pen, and he goes down the hill with his pecker hanging hard and swinging. Well, those cows get so goddamn excited, they get more and more moist to receive them. And their asses just start quivering. They start quivering over. Every one of them is quivering. And as that bull struts into their pasture, oh, boys, we had him quivering tonight.
Arriving in naval transports, United States Marines stormed the beach at Da Nang, Vietnam in full battle gear. These are the first U.S. ground troops to step foot on Asian soil since the Korean War. They were greeted by some lovely local ladies. The Pentagon says their mission is a defensive one, to protect the U.S. air base from enemy attacks so Operation Rolling Thunder can roll on. Speaking with reporters, President Johnson emphasized that these 3,500 Marines will free up the South Vietnamese troops now guarding the base to go out and fight Viet Cong. Reports from the field, however, indicate that Saigon's forces may be no match for full Viet Cong regiments. Recently, in one of the heaviest attacks of the war so far, the Viet Cong inflicted major casualties in Quang Nai province. Unofficial sources say that many South Vietnamese army units are near collapse.
Oh, my, oh, my.
Mr. President.
No, sit down, boys. I heard you fellas were talking over dinner.
Can I get you a plate of food, Mr. President?
Nothing.
Drink?
No. Why do they want war with us?
To Ho Chi Minh and the North Vietnamese, this is just a continuation of the war with the French and the Japanese and the Chinese 1,000 years before that. We never should have allowed the French to reclaim their colonies in '45. But we needed them allied with us against the Soviets, and that was their price.
We end up like the French? Great power cutting and running from a bunch of little men in black pajamas, tucking our tail in defeat.
France didn't have the firepower we have.
But the bombing seems to have no effect.
Well, it appears now that it won't stop them, but it has slowed down their resupply. Hanoi is starting to send down large units, and the more of their men we can tie up with repairing roads and bridges, the fewer they can spare to fight in the south.
What do we have there now?
Well, we've got the 3rd Marines at Da Nang, Phu Bai, Chu Lao, the 173rd Airborne at Vung Tau for base defense in support of the South Vietnamese units. 13 battalions in all.
In my battalions, how many boys?
51,000 troops, Mr. President.
And Westmoreland wants how many?
184,000. And the authority to launch offensive operations under his own command.
The South Vietnamese are useless, Mr. President. They've lost 4 battalions in the last month. Desertions are at record levels. They're losing, and they're losing fast.
I know they're losing. I don't need a Phi Beta Kappa key to know they're losing. Anyone smart enough to pour piss out of a boot knows they're losing.
How many casualties you think we'll take?
We could reach 500 a month by the end of the year if Hanoi hasn't quit by then.
500 a month. You tell Westmoreland he's got the authority. Tell him to get out there and kill Viet Cong. Do whatever he has to do to hold him off. Then you and Wheeler go and see him. And nail him down on what he needs to get this thing over with. Then, damn it, let's get it over with.
Kid was setting fuses on the goddamn bridge, do you believe it? I was 5 minutes away. And that pot shot last time I was here, he missed me by a mile. Jesus. You'd think they put their best sniper on the job.
I wish I could tell you they were representative of the enemy, Mr. Secretary. My strategy for the war is divided into 3 phases. In phase 1, employing the 184,000-man level now being considered, we would halt the losing trend by the end of 1965. In phase 2, for which an additional 100,000 troops would be needed, Allied forces would gain the initiative by June 30, 1966. Pacification activities would be expanded, aimed at winning the hearts and minds of South Vietnamese peasantry. If the communists do not then give up, phase 3 of our strategy would kick in, the win phase, which would begin on July 1st, 1966, and conclude by December 31st, 1967. The defeat of remaining enemy forces and base areas. Additional reinforcements will be needed for this phase, following which Allied forces will begin to be withdrawn.
Well, General, that's a marvelous plan, but excessively abstract. I want to see your numbers. I want to see the percentage of the country you now control and the percentage you intend to control with these 200,000 additional men. I want to see rates of infiltration and interdiction, force ratios in each of the tactical core zones, and enemy casualties in battles fought and in projected battles against these added forces.
Mr. Clifford, the President, on line 1.
Oh, friend, I need you here.
Whatever resources are lost through bombing or capture, China and Russia will make up with resupply, encouraging a friendly game of I'm more revolutionary than thou. Our intervention will give them a cause over which to unite, when it is in our interest to deepen the breach between them.
But wouldn't we lose credibility throughout the world if we give up as you propose? Wouldn't this be an irreparable blow, George?
A worse blow, Mr. President, would be that the mightiest power in the world is unable to defeat one of the most backward.
With the 71 battalions with Westy's plan, this war is winnable. I say we go in and we get the job done.
But can we get the job done? What if they put their stack in? What makes you think if we put in the numbers you're suggesting, that Ho Chi Minh won't match us man for man?
This means greater bodies of men, Mr. President, which will allow us to cream them. Their firepower against ours.
Why does anyone think that they will accommodate us by fighting our kind of war? Their tactics are terror and sniping. They have better access to intelligence.
Why is this?
It's because the South Vietnamese government is heavily infiltrated with Viet Cong agents, Mr. President.
What other road can we go? Negotiations, stopping the bombing? These make us look weak with cup in hand.
Better to lose now than after committing 200,000 men.
I disagree. We have to make a stand here, and if we fail, it can be chalked up to any number of things. Corruption among Saigon's leaders, for instance. Then we can get out. But this government will have stood up to the communists.
But we won't get out, Bob. We will double our bets and get massacred in the rice paddies.
So what's your advice, George? Cut and run?
Mr. President, no great captain in history ever hesitated to make a tactical withdrawal when conditions were unfavorable to him.
Does anyone else here agree with what George is saying? I've asked Clark Clifford to join us. Clark, do you have any comments at this time?
I have a question for General Wheeler.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, General.
Good morning.
If the president proceeds with his plan, what, in your view, would constitute a victory?
What is the definition of victory in this contest?
Yes.
A military victory in the traditional sense is not what we are seeking. To eliminate every last Viet Cong guerrilla could require as many as 500,000 men in 5 years.
No one's considering those kind of numbers. No one.
Our objective is to reach a stalemate, whereby we are attriting the enemy faster than he can replace his losses. This is the so-called crossover point.
And how many men will this require?
A substantially smaller number, depending on how the North Vietnamese respond.
Well, might they respond by sending in, say, 100,000 troops?
We regard this as unlikely.
Well, this is less than half the men they have under arms.
Well, it's certainly possible. They already have 50,000 men down there.
And to achieve the 10-to-1 superiority, which I understand is barely adequate for conventional forces in a guerrilla situation, how many troops would be required to meet this possible threat?
As I said, this would be unlikely.
1 million troops, is that not correct, General? You see, we would need 1 million men in Vietnam.